we are now in the epilogue of the X-Cutioner song. This is Uncanny X-Men 297. And this is another thing that I miss about the older X-Men books. Claremont was the one I think that kind of really laid the foundation of this idea, and then a lot of writers thereafter kind of followed up where we'd have this big mega event, whether it would be like a crossover like the Fall of the Mutants or an in story like just X-Men comics like the Dark Phoenix saga. But afterwards, for the most part, there was always a moment to even in the fallout of the Dark Phoenix saga, there was a moment, but it was bittersweet because it was the funeral of Jean Grey and Scott's reminiscing. But anyway, with that said, this is kind of the same way where it's bittersweet. Now, when we started at the beginning of this, it was what? Uncanny X-Men 290 something. Hold on. We'll get there. 294. Started on Harry's hideaway, where Scott's kind of daydreaming about Betsy, and him and Jean have a fight. Yeah, what do you call them? Apocalypse's horsemen attack, destroying Harry's hideaway. Now, I bring that up because here we see Warren and Hank. Before we get into this, let's talk about who made it. Let's see if I can find this title page real quick. Oh, is this one of those ones where they hide it at the end? How much you want to bet they hide all this at the end? Oh, hell, I don't know where they put it, guys. We'll get into it if I find it. But anyway, Beast. You must understand, my formerly feathered friend. I was not suggesting the X-Men seek to divest themselves of responsibility for this incident. Rather, it was my contention there might be other mutants better suited to the task. My apologies, Hanks. $30 words to the contrary. It sounded to me like you were complaining. And even though I'm a fan of the more next generation of X-Men, Wolverine, second Genesis, essentially, Hank with the original class, they've been together for years and years and years. So to see them work together like this, Warren and Hank, you can feel the camaraderie between them. And Lobdell really captures what these two X-Men were. You caught me, but really, Warren, cleanup duty? Less than 48 hours ago, this used to be Harry's hideaway. Is this your memory? Is your memory that short that you've forgotten what this place meant to all of us over the years? After school malts and late night cram sessions, Jean's surprise Sweet 16, the celebration bash we threw when you took your job at the Brand Corporation. That's the Amazing Adventures, is it? Issue 11, where he became the Beast. It's up to us to maintain a tradition. We owe it to the X-Men, past, present, and future. So Beast just gets to work. Fine. In my experience, good deeds always last longer that way. And there it is. It's just very tiny. By Lobdell, Peterson, Panosian, Eliopoulos, Javins, Harris, and DeFalco. Because this is very much one of those moments where, yeah, they could have moments of levity, but they're still everyone dealing with the aftermath of what's just happened to them. Rogue getting smacked down by, what was her name? Strobe. Her eyes are damaged, so she's having to wear glasses, which I don't understand why she didn't just touch Logan for a few minutes to get a little bit of his healing. But anyway, I understand you have to have the plot going. Don't tell me, Gambit. That wasn't my intention, no. Since you brought it up. Remy, if you have any feelings for me, any at all, leave me alone. It's funny. My feelings for you are the very reason I'm staying. And then this book focuses on Jubilee. And I know a lot of people bash on Wolverine, Jubilee, because of the X-Men the animated series, and they kind of made her more of like a buddy cop type feeling. But if you would go back and really see how she was introduced and how she fought through Madripoor with both Cyclops and Wolverine, you'd really have a lot more respect for Jubilee. She goes, too cool. Scott and Jean are free. Professor Xavier's cured. And our problems with Cable and Strife are a thing of the past or future or whenever. Wonder why the rest of the X-dudes spend so much time moping. From here, it's got to be the coolest gig in the world. Perhaps you need a broader perspective. What? I did not mean to startle you, Jubilation. Apologies. No problem, Professor. No problem at all. So we see Xavier standing, which is no big surprise, but still, this surrogate father-daughter moment is very sweet. That's kind of the heart of this book because it's essentially relationships. It's Remy and Rogue, Xavier and Jubilee, and Hank and Warren. And where is it? They're talking about. It says Forge may be gone, but he's not forgotten. Only a mutant genius of his intellect could create a noiseless hammer. A textbook example of the use of genetic advancements in practical and commercial employment. Use of genetic. Why does that sound so familiar? It was the title of your term paper. Junior year. You pay me $1,000 to write in your stead. I love how Warren's kind of right. Same paper Xavier changed his mind about the day it was due. We had to deliver our reports mentally. He called it an exercise in psionic projection. Admittedly, you looked quite the ignoramus, standing in front of the class without a single original thought in your head. I think I was praying for the Sentinels to attack. How is it the professor always seemed to know everything? This is great because he goes, honestly, in this particular case, I told him. But only after I cashed the check. You told him. I swear, you don't know how Bobby kept his straight face. If it looked anything like this one, whoa, I surrender post haste. Do you know how long it takes to scrub wood varnish out of fur? That's the type of moment where you need character exploration after something as major as the X-Cutioner song. It gives you reminds you the reason of why you love these characters. So we cut back again to Jubilee and Xavier, and he goes, the grass beneath my feet to be able to stay on straight and tall. All these are things that mean something. There are times, Jubilee, I believe, with all my heart, that I could gladly exchange all the psychic abilities in the world for the chance to run, to walk again. Now, if you'll excuse me, Professor, spare somewhere. If you're serious about experiencing the finer things in life, you ain't lived until you bladed. Ah, the 90s. Though I admit I miss rollerblading. Now again, we go back to Rogue and Remy, and this is the more darker part of the book. It goes, I'm hurt, slugging it against some equally pathetic mutant for a place in a world that doesn't want any of us, a world which I don't ever have a chance of finding happiness. Fine, life is an X-Men, I can deal with that. It's the personal side of my life where everything falls apart. All I needed is someone to hold me, stroke his fingers through my hair, promise me everything's going to be fine. Because I'm a woman. If you won't treat me like one, then please leave me alone. You see that Rogue is going through some really rough stuff. And then again, jubilation showing Xavier the finer things in life. And she goes, that's it. Close your eyes. Relax already. Admit it, you're getting into this. I confess the sensations are not righteous. Now all you have to do is forgive me. Forgive you, child. For what? For this! Again, I ask, how did I let you talk me into this? And it's a great bonding moment between Jubilee and Xavier. Because if you think about it, up until around this time period, Jubilee didn't really know Professor Xavier like everyone else did. Everyone had been scattered for so long. Jubilee had been, hiding out in the Outback without the X-Men knowing where she was. Saved Wolverine, they escaped the Reavers, down to Madripoor, saved Psylocke, off to the Savage Land to fight what the hell is her name? Salahane? You guys know who I'm talking about. That Magneto and Rogue had to fight. And it wasn't really till after all that, and then of course Muir Island, where they had to defeat the Shadow King and save Moira and all the new X-Men, and then they finally come to the mansion. And so she's just getting to know him. And again, the camaraderie between Angel and Beast is great. You get a great soft moment with Rogue and Remy. And here, I love how Jubilee finally opens up to Xavier. She goes, I just wanted to say, well, you've never been like my favorite person. I always thought your life was just about hassling Wolverine and this training, riff in the danger room. It's really played really quickly. Your point, child. I guess what I'm saying is, just hanging with you and stuff. It's nice to know that underneath it all, there's like this vague semblance of a normal guy. Assuming that was a compliment, thank you. And as the book comes to an end, we find out that the aftermath of the techno-organic virus allowed him to walk for an X amount of time everywhere. And he goes, he's trying to get to his wheelchair. And Jubilee's just kind of watching, saying, come on, you can do it. She doesn't expect a reply, but she receives one nonetheless, not with a parting of the clouds or in a brilliant flash of lightning from on high, rather than the actions of a single man. In that moment, Jubilee realizes she doesn't need to say the words. She only needs to be there. So when people say that the X-Men are definitely the soapbox of the comic world, fuck yeah, they were. And guess what? It makes for great literary storytelling. And it's just like I said with X-Force 18, this is why these stories hold the test of time. That's why every time I read the death of Illyana, I can't help but break down crying. Why, when I go back and read through Legion's quest, I still get that every time that I know Legion's going to jam his psychic knife through his own father's brain. This is excellent storytelling, and this is why these should be preserved. And this is why, if you guys have enjoyed what you've seen, please first and foremost support your local comic shop or wherever it is like to get your action figures and comics, and grab this series either in the collected trades or the floppies, or additionally support your local comic shop and see your local comic shop, your local library, and see if they have it there. If not, I don't know about y'all, but my local libraries, there's different branches, and if my branch doesn't have it, they can order it from another branch and have it delivered. And you can pick it up on your next trip to the library. So that's how I've been able to get all of these thus far. Excuse me. And if you've enjoyed this review, really would appreciate if you take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the channel more than you could possibly know. And if you don't mind hitting that fancy little X bell. Next, subscribe. That way I get to upload content. You guys get notified. Come to the channel, and I love talking with you all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments or the socials, which I'll make sure that the links down in the description. We are essentially done with the X-Cutioner song. The next video is sort of an addendum to this, and then this collected trade will. So with all that said, hope you all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting.